what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, time for a brand new episode of Recap. Lovely to see all of you guys. Per usual, we are actually dual casting on Instagram as well, so be able to catch us there. And then most importantly, if you're not able to catch the show live, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Hat-Club. Give us a subscribe to us. Sorry, I was about to say give us a subscription, but no, that was the wrong wording. Subscribe. It's a fancy word for follow. Give us a like if you like what you're seeing. Anyway, glad to see the chat lively today. I got my fitted female ox back on today. Shout out to Bree. JM1620. Color 3, what up? 99 colors, Beastu 700, Leo Fitteds, Croats 10, Denzi Vice 91, Peyton Span, No Hose Edgar, Base Taco. To which case I've been congratulations to all the winners for the Inevitable pack last week who got invoice requests due to the trivia we did at the end of the show. Logan Herrera, who I owe a hat to because his Texas A&M Aggies took down my Oregon Ducks in the Super Regionals of college baseball. Congratulations there, sir. Wilder Fit is, of course, in the house. Vibe Kanda, David Kearns. My name is Eric. Wally Absurd. S-Man 1503. I think I said that one twice. Pizza Man 589. Augie 8. And Elk Dot. What's going on, brother? Anyway, I can't do this show alone, of course, and I've got to bring on the ever dapper, the ever punctual Mr. Tafuri Taylor. What's going on?
Yo, what's going on, chat? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? I may look a little bit more in HD because we made some adjustments to my camera. So now you guys can get all of the glory of these Atlanta Braves hats here for you guys. But super duper excited to be here today, guys. This is a jam-packed show. When Ben sent me the actual rundown of what we were doing, I was like, oh man, I think this is probably going to be one of our best shows yet. I think
so too.
A lot of,
and I will say there's only going to be one hat that we're going to have to show you guys in photos. One hat. Everything else is in hand. Thank God. We got the hats to Tafuri this week. So awesome job by our warehouse crew in getting those out ASAP.
Yep, appreciate it, Logan. What's up, Elk Dot? You see the jacket. So, I mean, if you know, you know. If you've been paying attention, you're going to find out tonight.
Official Tony.
Exactly. The Base Taco, you already know. This is a hometown jacket, so it was only right. And you see what I'm going on, got what's going on in the Mata right now. Shouts out to my guy Kev De Niro, the good AWACS Braves on. Man, I'm super excited. JM, what's going on, guys? What's up, Rainy, Tony, it's Lou, everybody, what's going on? I'm excited. This is gonna be a great show tonight, guys.
And I will say, hey, what's up to everybody who's on Instagram? I'm kind of bouncing forth and back, between the chat on Twitch and on Instagram. So I'm trying to keep in correspondence with everybody here. So pleasure to have you guys in here with us this week.
1000%. Yeah. And like I said, I'm also going to be watching, comments on IG as well. So, we're going to try to make this as immersive an experience as we can for you guys. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us every Wednesday. If you like hats, today's show is for you. It's definitely for you. But man, without further ado, let's get into it. And I think the best way for us to get into it, Ben, is probably do these side sleepers, right?
Let's do some side sleepers. Why not? Bunch of hats dropped over the last week.
Bunch of hats. So let's see here. So we're going to go with this, and I'm going to hit share. We're not going to share tab audio. We're just going to go there. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
Oh, I got you. Hold on one sec.
No problem.
There we go.
Perfect. So for those that are new to the Hat Club website, or if this is your first time seeing it, if you ever want to see what's new on Hat Club, always just go and hit the new hyperlink right there on the top banner bar for Hat Club. Also, if you got rewards, tap rewards so you can check and see how much points you got so you can get some discounts on some hats. And we have some pretty good hats that just released today. Got to start here. Got to show my West Coast family some love. Shouts out to Hat Club LA. Really dope Viva Los Dodgers patch. If you think this patch looks familiar, it is, because my guy AB for his Para Mi Gente pack dropped in LA that was similar to this, but slightly different from the perspective of color, but same side patch, same front logo. I think his front logo was actually the Los Angeles script instead of the traditional LA, but very good two-tone, good earth tones, eggshell kind of seashell on the front logo, black crown, brown top visor, cilantro green, so a darker Kelly green UV, black guts, made in China, it looks like. Full-size run right now. And I think the Batterman is also that black and brown color as well. I really like this. I
You
don't
too.
have a I don't have a Dodgers hat that has that Los Dodgers patch yet in my collection, so this might be one I need to pick up for sure. So full size run, guys, Sezzle, or if you want to.
All stores got this hat, so if you want to pick it up in person, you can do that. As of today, because we ran the buy one get one 40% off the week before Father's Day, which of course is this Sunday. Over this last weekend, we ran the buy one get one 40% off in store as well. Well, today, once again, through this upcoming Sunday, we are doing the buy one get one 40% off once again.
Sheesh.
And so yeah, you guys got basically an extra 5 days to collect on the deals, baby.
Yeah, Ben. And quick question on that. So if you do the buy one get one 40% off, if you do have rewards in your account, can you stack the rewards on top of that discount, or is it only the 40% off?
Say that one more time.
So like you could buy one get one 40% off, but let's say I have like points or like in my rewards account that I want to use towards my purchase. Can I do that?
Points you can't use in store yet. However,
Okay.
you can collect points in store. We have adjusted that.
Okay.
But I will say, if you're an OG member in the
Mhm.
old school 20% off discount, you get your 20% off the first original price hat plus the 40% off discount on the second hat. So yes, that part is accurate.
So in total, chat, you could probably get 60% off your order if you're an OG member, and also if you have points to spare. And I probably, you know what, that's probably good content for us to do. I'm gonna probably do some real content of showing people how to access the rewards if they don't know. This one is for you, Chana, because you love San Francisco Giants. That's the only team you collect. So we were gonna show you some love on site sleepers today. Very good two-tone again, black crown, red top visor, cilantro green, darker Kelly green UV, black guts, made in China. This is a really good hat. I feel like this kind of reminds me a little bit of Frosty San Francisco, but we went with the 80s style Rays logo with the metallic gold outline. So you got black, red, and tan. Tan you can kind of see more so in that side patch for the 1989 World Series. And you can also, I think, maybe see it on the Batterman. It looks like you can on the Batterman as well. Really good crown. I think this is a solid every day. I say you could cop it. I say cop it. I think this is a really good one as well. Third one that dropped today. You guys know how I love my 2024 All-Star Game patches, and this Texas right here is no exception. I just really want us to pay attention to this front logo. You basically have a metallic, either aluminum or pewter. You have a metallic copper drop shadow, and in the center of the T, it's basically a seashell or off-white. And then on the side patch, again, that metallic pewter, metallic copper, off-white. I'm telling you, man, this Texas 2024 side patch, look at that. That's nasty. That's really, really good. Again, another solid every day. If you got some Travis Scott ones, this is the hat for you. I mean, I get it. If you're a Houston Astros person, please don't shoot the messenger. But I do feel like from a color palette perspective, this Texas Rangers is definitely one for the books. Definitely got to pick this one up.
Couple people that are in the comments right now commenting about, in-store purchases and stuff like that. So if an employee doesn't ask you for your membership, just divulge it to them. Just let them know, hey, I have a membership. I want to collect my points. Take the active approach on that. I don't know, because I don't want to go like store by store by store and ask that question. But on our next managers meeting, I will bring that up to make sure that everybody is being asked that question. Because that's what I do. I can assure you at Great Mall, we fucking ask everybody the goddamn question.
Listen, Great Mall, Ben keeping Great Mall in check.
Also, I want to point out, because on my end it says recap, but everybody's saying it says benchwarmers, and I don't know why. What is it saying on your end, Tef?
On my end, let me double check and let me see. I think, let me go back to that tab. It says recap on my end.
Yo, what the fuck?
I don't know. It's those darn elves. Twitch.
I'm like terrified to like hit refresh to make sure it's right, because last thing I want to do is lose the Instagram feed in the process.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it hang, but I assure you this is recap, everybody.
Yeah. Another good two-tone here. Shouts out to AZ, man. Diamondbacks have been getting some really good crowns lately. I'm jealous. But another good two-tone, black and maroon button, maroon top visor, Kelly green. So this is a regular Kelly green, not the dark Kelly green. Black guts, made in China again. Something about just that metallic logo for like the primary logo for the D-backs just always goes crazy when that copper is in there. The green just gives it a really good drop shadow, and you also have that reddish color in there. You see more of the maroon on the side patch, because when I looked at this at first, I was like, this isn't maroon. This looks more like brick red, but I see that the maroon is more so in the side patch. We got our traditional 98 inaugural season. Very good crown again, and you see already the big sizes are gone and the smallest sizes are gone. So if you are a 7 through 7 3/4, highly recommend you guys hop on here and pick up something. Take advantage of that buy one get one 40% off, man. If you see that Texas and you're like, I don't have enough D-backs, use that 40% off on the D-backs, man. Um, gotta
Yeah.
gotta think smarter when you cop. Magma, for those that didn't know, dropped recently. So we have Magma up here. Last week we talked about it. Really good pack, really good collection. Each of the hats kind of have their own unique flair to them. I want to go to, I think we talked about the Mets being a really good one, just to see what stock's looking like. So all the eights are gone in the Mets, but still, majority of the other sizes. So this came out in, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 styles. So if you haven't had a chance to go check it out, definitely go grab it. Again, another place where you could take advantage of that buy one get one 40% off.
In store
And
only.
yeah, that's like in store only. And then we also have some other. So I'm gonna show the Stros some love today because we're talking about black two tones. Another good Stros crown, metallic copper for this Astros script crown. You basically have black, brown top visor, metallic copper, and the logo. 35 great years on the side patch. That dark green, cilantro green, whatever you want to call it. UV, black guts. Another really solid, really good crown. I recant my previous statement. If you do have Travis Scott's, either reverse mochas or the OG mochas, this is the hat that you probably will want to wear that with if you want to be consistent. If you know, you know. But
Nice.
another good crown, full size run. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out or didn't know it was up there, go grab you one, man. Go grab you one. Um, also, because we don't show NFL teams enough love as well, got to talk about this SF. I really like this SF a lot.
Yeah.
Good tonal, traditional logo again. Candlestick Park patch is tough. I really like this hat. I feel like this is one I would actually grab, and I also like the use of the red and black for the NFL signage and stitching on the back, where the Batterman normally is, but in this case, it's the shield for the NFL. So 6 and 7/8 is gone, but anything greater than a 7 is still available. So
And I will say the timing on this one dropping is pertinent on account of Christian McCaffrey being the next athlete on the cover of Madden.
yep,
But to which case, for anybody who's asking about when is their team's NFL stuff coming, it's coming.
very soon.
End of June into July. We're getting a lot of NFL stuff early this year.
Hmm.
Especially all you goddamn Houston Texans fans who won't stop harassing me about when more Texans hats are coming. I assure you, they are fucking coming.
Listen, it's like the flood is coming. Be ready. We also had the color story drop earlier this week. If you watch the socials for Hat Club, again that came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different styles. I know a lot of people talked about the Yankee 99 was one of their favorites out of the pack. Full size run there. So it is a teal and a navy two tone. So that's not like some darker shade of teal. That is actually navy. We covered this, I think, last week as well on our episode of Recap. But again, really good crown. I think these are black guts, gray UVs, made in China. Yeah, very, very good crowns. I rock with them heavy. I think that there's again, this is one of those solid everyday wears. A good summer hat. And then last but certainly not least, got to show my man AB some love. Shouts out to again, like Ben said earlier, you guys that were able to score your invoices for the inevitable pack. Looking at the Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays is almost gone. And I was actually very surprised that this didn't sell out day of.
Get
But
it.
yeah, but it's still if you're a 7.58, 1/8, 7, or a 6 and 7/8, you can be inevitable too. Just go ahead and hit the buy button on this one. But for those that didn't see it and go check out that episode. But metallic gold tee, strong bird, metallic silver, I think on the bat, black guts, gray UV, very dope details. This is a closer look at the front logo, and then for the side patch. If you were kind of following what the theme of the inevitable pack was, I thought that this was a really nice homage to tie the whole pack together.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that this was possible. So AB taught me something new from a design perspective for this 30th patch for the Blue Jays. But
you and me both on that one.
so shouts out to my brother AB for pushing the envelope on that. But there still seems to be good amounts of the Brewers, Texas Rangers, and both Seattle Mariners left. So if you have not had a chance to go check those out, highly recommend that you do that. And I think that's going to wrap us for Side Sleepers, Ben.
That's a good rundown, man. I mean, I gotta say, I mean, the first time you did this, which was a couple weeks ago, I mean, I was taken aback. I mean, I gave you all the praise, and I gotta say, you just keep improving week after week, and it's just like, I love the fact that you do it more so than me, and it's just like, I'm good with just like staying quiet for a couple minutes and just like basking in your aura.
Listen, I had to bask in yours first. The student has now become at least on the same level as the master, close to it.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, it's like, but I think it's definitely clean. And I mean, speaking of great hats, and speaking of reaching back a little bit, we got a special guest for you guys tonight.
We do.
Yes, and
I'm super excited because the fact that it's been 2.5 years since we last had her on Recap. Hard to believe that it's been that stretch of a time.
Crazy.
But she is one of the designers from Fitted Female Direction 3.0. To which case, Brie was the creative director behind the entire marketing package, etc. And so, without further ado, we got to bring in Millie.
What's up, Millie?
What's up?
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna give me like a cue, like.
Oh no,
I meant to, because I was like, oh, I should like, hey, give me a thumbs up, you're ready. So my apologies on that.
No, you're good. I was about to chew, and I was like, wait, hold on, let me go down real quick before he like puts me on blast.
No, you good.
No, you're perfect. But yeah, I gotta start it off with like the fact that it has been 2.5 years since we last had you on. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I'm a computer science major now. I think
fantastic.
Years ago, I was like a biology major, so I'm a computer science major now.
Damn.
I'm making fitted hats with the Negro League still. What else am I doing? I teach Sunday school. I do makeup.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like a full college student. I got like my hats in different departments.
Sheesh.
I was gonna say, when do you have time off ever?
Yeah, I do. I make time to see my friends on the weekends.
There we go.
Yeah. So you doing it all. Like I'm just hearing like hustle over here, hustle over there. Like
you know, can't just have my eggs in one basket.
Heard you. But yeah, like I mean, I remember. I think one of my first hats that I actually copped was from that first or that third iteration of the Fitted Female Direction. Your Seattle. I actually still have it upstairs. I need to get you to go ahead next time we link up to sign that for me.
Can I see it? Because my brother stole mine and I haven't seen it in a year and a half.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab it. So Ben, if you want to start with the questions, I'm gonna go grab it.
No problem. We got it. I'll just start banging them out. So first collection you helped put together for Hat Club was the third iteration of the Fitted Female collection, which dropped November of 2021. What can you tell us? Creativity since then. If I cut out there, did I cut out?
I can't hear what you just said. You kind of.
I had a feeling that my internet cut out, which has a tendency to happen. So since the first collection you helped put together back in November of 2021, how has that kind of like helped expand your creativity in the hat space?
Which is crazy. Like I feel like after my first collection came out with Hat Club, I got in a car accident. So I guess like my creativity kind of like took a pause because I was like my hand was broken for like 6 months. My back
I'm so sorry.
So like I could say my creativity took a pause. However, though, it didn't stop me from still trying to create hats. I mean, like my first original idea was to definitely create hats with with Hat Club with the Negro League. So it's really amazing right now. Like 4 years later on my bucket list, I wrote it like my first collection is going to be with Hat Club with the Negro League, and I pulled it there in 2020, and I'm really happy 2024 I get to like actually like live the dream that I planned for myself when I first started. But as far as like making hats, I mean, 2022 was a rough year for me. 2023 I tried to come back, and 2024 I'm here now. So
boom.
We're happy to have you back. I mean, I think that, like you said, a lot of people don't understand like the creative process that it goes through to like it's one thing to create one hat, but I think when you look at it from the perspective of creating multiple hats, each having their own identity, each of them looking unique from each other, I think that that's like a unique challenge that most don't really understand. So I think most can resonate with you from a creative perspective. Like when you have real life stuff going on, and then you have
Yeah.
to sit in front of the computer and mock something up. It's just like, dude, I need a breather. I need a minute. So but I mean, I think like, so what do you feel like, speaking to that fitted female direction pack, like what do you feel is like the most challenging experience from that drop? Would you feel like it was the picking the teams, was it the colors, or like was it something else beyond those two things?
I think it was really picking the teams because I did more research on Negro League, so I never knew anything about the MLB teams. So I had
Mhm.
to like do research on MLB teams, and I think that was the hardest part of trying to create um, a hat with Hat Club at that time, like trying to figure out what team works better for me, what do I like better. It wasn't really the color scheme; it was really just like learning more about the team itself.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, looking at this one right here, like I feel like just from a uniqueness perspective, like even like the choice of like more of like an infrared bottom, and yeah, like I actually do have the
The
actual
pad
pins too.
and the pen. Oh, I love.
Yeah. So like I mean, but I look at like hats like this where it's like, well, who would think to put like purple and infrared together and it actually like really complemented extremely well. I feel like that's why I feel like that question to me was like super dope to ask you, because it's like from that process to put yourself in that space to create something that was unique. Especially for the Mariners, which is like a big favorite team for a lot of people. I thought that was like super dope.
Yeah, I feel like the my initial ideas for the color schemes for those hats were a little bit childish because I was 21 at the time. So I was like,
Mm,
okay, I'm gonna do purple hats because purple's my favorite color, and a red
mhm,
underneath, like infrared color, because red is a fire color to wear. It's super tough.
mhm.
And then I made the angels hats with the like orange hat and the icy blue.
Yep.
Orange was tough. My parents got married and their wedding colors was like orange and green. And then the
Mm,
icy blue was just fire at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do the icy underbrim. And that was actually like my favorite hat that I've ever made. Like, and I was really upset that it didn't come out the same time as the Seattle hat, but
mhm.
the Angels hat came out like literally 7 days. No, it came out 5 days after I returned home after my car accident, and I was just
Uh,
like, in the drop, I feel like was really important to me because it was like I didn't even want to go on social media. I didn't care to look at the hats. To be honest,
mhm,
like when I dropped it, I don't even think that I actually like was like looking at it the way I was looking at the Seattle one. And my
mhm.
friends text me like, "Yo, I can't see your hats on the website at like 2012." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like it's there." And they were like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "You're lying." Truth that I got like mad DMs, like mad phone calls. They're like, "Your hat's not on the website. Can't grab it," to find out that it's sold out. So it
Oh yeah.
definitely a move. Like it was a really like bittersweet moment for me because I was just laying down in my bed with one arm just laying there like this, like
Oh
yes,
man.
and I couldn't move, but I was just really thrilled about it. So
Mhm. And
I
I
I
think
got I got a lot of hate mail that day. Like anytime anything sold out or sells out instantly, somehow I'm always the person to blame for it. And especially in that case, because I missed out on it just because the fact that I'm always in the mentality of like I want to see other people eat before I do. So if there's like something left over, it's like, okay, I'll snatch it up. But as you said, under 2 minutes on that one, and it's just like, well, maybe we'll redrop it again.
right,
That
I
didn't
was
happen.
hoping you guys would, but
listen,
Yeah.
when it's a great crown, you just gotta you had to have been there. You had to have been there. But maybe, in the future that could possibly
hopefully
be something that gets, brought out of the vault.
I'm gonna see if I
Um
can ask my friends to make a petition to see if Hat Club would, be willing to.
Hey, Austin's in here, in the chat. He's not on the show right now, but it's like just yell at him.
Well, say, Austin, if I get like a petition, tell me how much people I gotta put on the petition. I'll make it happen.
Honestly, not that many. I'm pretty sure just because the fact that like so many people enjoyed it and so many people I know still want it. I feel
mhm.
like that's going to be an easy one to bring back.
Yeah. I still need that Angels. I mean, I love my Mariners, but I definitely need that Angels.
Right.
So if anybody, I'm not gonna panhandle here, but if anybody does have a 3A, that you don't want, hi, I need that. But I mean, It's like, I mean, in speaking to that, you know, Millie, from like just the perspective of you selling out really quickly and then obviously having great crowns, you know, you find yourself on like a pretty exclusive list of, you know, female designers within the hat space. You know, like how much have you seen yours and the other ladies, you know, work, you know, from that perspective, open doors for other women who are like deep in the game, or those that are just really wanting to jump in for the first time and maybe make their own hat, you know, for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our collection definitely did impact the women community. I feel like
Mhm.
the women community already was big and people were like making hats, but they weren't like doing real collabs. I think Haka was one of the few. I think you guys were the only ones at the time that was actually doing collabs with women.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
most definitely.
funny. So it was definitely like a bigger space for women, like entrepreneurs who are trying to like grasp in like the men like dominated world. I feel like
Mhm.
it definitely opened doors for a lot of us in different like aspects in our
Mhm.
lives. It opened doors for me, like being able to talk to different people and saying that like, yeah, I got a collab with Hat Club. So and like
Yeah.
I know that we had somebody from Cali, Canada, and New York and New Jersey. So it was like
Mhm.
everyone from different areas coming together and like making like something creative. And I think that was definitely a great experience. I got to like meet different people. I had
Yeah.
to like the chance to like talk to a few of the ladies, got to know some of them, seeing what they do like behind closed doors versus the hats, and it was pretty cool like to be able to interact and to connect with and network with different people from around the world and on the states. So I mean the country.
Yeah. I
Who are
feel,
some of the other women that, I mean, through that opening and through those connections that you were able to meet that maybe not necessarily with the fitted female direction, but you know, other women who you've met that have like entered the hat space and started doing more designs.
Um, I only know this sounds really bad. I only know the females in my collection. I wasn't
That's all
able
good.
to. I know I met a few people on social media. I can't really say their names because I don't know their actual names. I just know their Instagram names. But I
mhm.
did meet a few people. I think with that collab opened more doors for me in the men's world
Yeah.
say versus the female world because I still live in Jersey and like the
Mhm.
hat community is getting bigger, but like in Jersey, like when it comes to females, like we don't really like we only figure out which hat looks good with our outfits. So
Yeah.
like I feel like in New York, I definitely met different people that did like the hat community. I met people from Cali that I didn't even know that knew who I was, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it definitely opened doors for me as far as like meeting new people from like the community in the men's world, but as far as like the women, I think it's really
And
they
I
talk to
will
a lot
say,
of women with
oh, go. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, you can keep going.
No, what I was gonna comment on how you had brought up the point about like knowing people by their social media handle as opposed to their real name. There's a lot of people that I still interact with, you know, over the last 5 years. It's the exact same thing. Like somebody will introduce themselves to me and it's just like, oh yeah, cool, you know, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm XYZ social media handle. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, we've been talking for like 2 years, whatever. And it's just like it's so
Yeah.
weird
That's so
that that's the
crazy.
mentality a lot
Yeah.
of people have.
People think my name is a million, and I'm like, no, my name is Mildred, but I like Amelia. I might have to keep that for my future kid, my future daughter's name, because people be like, oh, hey, Amelia, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, man, like I feel like that happens more times than not. It's crazy that we know people by their social media handle versus their government. Because like when people actually do call me by my like my real name, my first name Tafuri, it's like I was like, it's like kind of shocking because it's just like, oh, do you know me like that to be able to call me by my first name? But I think it's really cool. But it just shows, I think, how interconnected the world is and how social media really, you know, eliminates barriers that would have existed because we just can't go other places. Um, but I mean, I think I think for me, I think that one of the things that I also wanted to ask you too, Millie, is that from, you know, we talked about people that you see in the space that design, but I was like, I would also say like, who are some other women that you've noticed that have really like pushed the boundaries on what can be done to make hats more collectible or stylish? Because I'll be real with you, like I look at Maya, so Potato for those that don't know in the chat, you know, Beehove, Steger Fiend Day, Riance. I mean, there's a lot of different names I could keep going. I mean,
I gotta
like
throw Panda out there too, just
and
because of the
yeah,
fact
Davey,
that
of
yeah,
course. Like I mean, Davey with the first female fitted direction with that
that is true.
Pirates, which which is
Yeah.
still evading me. And I need. But yeah, like I feel like those are names I could think of off the top. But I mean, are there other names that we didn't capture that you feel are women that are like changing the conversation and, like you said, a more male dominated space to, hey, there's some like women that could put it on too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and make hats more appealing.
I think, well, I feel like two people that definitely inspire me. You definitely named them both.
Mhm.
Is Josephine. I think that what she's doing right now is super fire. I feel like she's definitely pushing hats like in such a aggressive but strong way. I love her community. I love her hustle. I think that she inspires me every day actually to like keep like trying to make new hats and like trying to see
Mhm.
like where I can fit in my own lane without trying to like convert into somebody else's lane.
Mhm.
Um, I love Bree a lot. Like I think that her Behold, I love her style. I love her hats. I love everything about her. I love what she does
Mhm.
with the sneaker community, the hats, the outfits, like that. Like those two, I could definitely say they're on my mood board. Like I say, like if you ask me like who I get my inspiration from or like my hustle from, as far as like the hat community, is definitely those two because like with Bree, I love her fashion. I feel like I can definitely relate to her with her fashion sense. I love
Mhm.
fashion. She loves fashion. I love what she does with the hat community. I love the fact that she does more than just hats. I love that like she's able to just be her authentically self. While being her authentically self, like living her dream on that. I love the fact that Sneaker Fiend is like, yo, she's the only woman in her like Rushmore pack, and I love that.
Yeah.
Actually. Like I
Mhm.
love it. Like it's just amazing to see how much they both like work hard. I love how
Mhm.
they hustle. I love how they like grind and they don't stop. Like they're always like moving for other people. Sneaker Fiend's always giving like flowers to every other like collab. So
Mhm.
I definitely like when you ask me those two.
And
Yeah.
one thing I was saying in regard to Sneaker Fiend Day and Hat Club, Little Bird told me we're not done yet.
No, if you guys have been paying attention to the socials,
I
there
seen.
there's a lot coming. Yeah,
I
so she's
seen.
craziness.
I feel like we need to show off your collection, and
Yes.
the fact that you have them in hand is amazing because then you can give us like
Mhm.
all the specific details,
Mhm.
why you chose certain colors, etc. So please, the floor is yours.
Yay! Okay, waiting for that
Actually, hold
color
on. Let me I'm gonna move you to the
Big screen.
there we
Yeah.
go.
thing. Okay, guys. Hi. So we can start off with the first hat. This is the Atlanta Black Crackers. I picked this team because number one, I love Atlanta. Like I remember like two. Well, actually, my twin. She's not really my twin, but she's somebody I'm really close with. She lives in Atlanta. I love
Mhm.
traveling to Atlanta. I feel like every time I go to Atlanta, they're always asking me like, "Where you bringing me a hat? When are you bringing me a hat?" And I'll be like, "Soon,
Mhm.
soon." But the soon hasn't been soon yet. So I was like, definitely pay my respect to Atlanta. I picked these colors because of Juneteenth. I felt like the colors
Mhm.
for Juneteenth is red, yellow, gold, and green. And
Mhm.
I felt like this would be a great hat to represent. I also thought it was like a little childish, and I thought it would have been cute that I could wear around my nieces and nephew, and I could make a lot of good fits with it. So I
Yeah.
was like, take it off, but my hair's not done, and I'm in the middle, so I'm not doing that. But it's
Feel
curly underneath and the side patch. So yeah.
crazy. No, I've seen this one in hand chat, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. Like the letters on the front, those are metallic. Those are not just
Yeah.
flat letters. So like that from the side patch, like with all of these hats, y'all gonna see like front logo to the side patch, like it's crazy.
Yes. So the second hat is the Cuban X Giant. Shout out to Jersey because I'm from Jersey. This
Mhm.
hat is like the background story of this hat. Actually, I definitely want to say it because first of all, shout out to my friend Dell because he was the one who actually helped me with this hat. I was at a party, their party
Mhm.
actually. I had my
Mhm.
computer and stuff, and I told them that I wasn't drinking or partying with them until I finished the hat. And so I actually made this hat at their party and this hat, and I went up to him. And I'm like, "Yo, like I'm really stuck. I knew that I really wanted a hat to have olive green in it and some purple in it." And he was like, "Yo, there's some dunks that would actually go really crazy. And if you actually put this color to that color, it would be fire." He put literally this colors together, and I came up with
Mhm.
like the side patch colors. But in all honesty, this hat is like super fire. The details is like crazy. It's so simple but so like hard. It's like one of my favorites. I could say this is like top three, and the
Yeah.
undertone is like great.
I gotta throw out there. You use the perfect shade of purple, but then on top of which, the addition of the metallic copper and the metallic graphite on the exterior there, amazing,
crazy. And I mean, and this is like a really like off-white crowns are panic anyway. But I feel like just if y'all see this in the light, like if you just hold that up in the light and watch it, like watch that front logo dance, it's crazy. It's insane.
What color is the X? I think the color of the X is like the copper, like this metallic copper, and it got the silver metallic on it too, and it got purple, like you know, so that's the colors.
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody with the name Kobe, not Kobe, how do you not recognize the color purple?
Yeah, no, that's my personal, like, I like that, you know, I mean, obviously I like the Atlanta Black Crackers because Atlanta for me is home. Actually in underground Atlanta, we used to have like a whole station that was nothing but Negro League jerseys. So like you could actually buy them or they could embroider them for you. So I actually have Atlanta Black Crackers jersey in that same like dark gray color. I don't have the Cuban X Giants though. I need that. I do not have a Cuban X Giants jersey yet, but I need one.
If you find one, let me know because I low-key need one too.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Nice.
So the next hat is the Homestead Grays. Honestly, this is probably my favorite one to create. First of all, the Homestead Grays definitely dominated in their reign. They had like 9 straight league titles, 3 Negro League World Series. So I was like, definitely I have to have them in the past because they dominated in their like the time frame. So the color is black, Kelly green, a gray undervisor. The side patch is fire east and west because they were in the Eastern and Western Conference. So it's the H, the gray is metallic. Well, the gray is metallic, the red is metallic, and yeah, and in the back it just says grays. It's actually really fire.
I got 2 things I got to add to this one. First off, shout out to Josh Gibson, easily one of the greatest Negro League players of all time.
Yes.
And then 2, I've seen a couple people asking in the comments in regard to who made these hats. I mean, obviously they're Hat Club hats, but these are all New Era hats, just so you guys know.
Yep.
And it's amazing because New Era finally added their statistics. You know, a lot of them are in the Hall of Fame now too. So it's actually a great time to like bring.
I got a question about that in a little bit. I want to save that toward the end.
Okay, I got you. My next one is the Baltimore Elite Giants. Shout out to Maryland, man. Like we love Maryland and Jersey. We love Maryland. So I had to definitely do a hat for Maryland. This hat is fire. I mean, green and red is definitely a color scheme that I loved a lot. The reason why I picked the colors is because I was looking at the Travis Scott 6s, like you know the green ones, and I was like, ooh. And maybe if I make a hat, I will actually buy the shoe. So that's the reason why I actually put the colors together. But I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really fire. Like I wore it to the gym when I had boxing lessons on Tuesday, and I got so many compliments on it. It wasn't even funny, like straight from the door. Like they were like, "Yo, where you get this hat from?" I'm like, "I made it myself." They were like,
yeah, Millie, show that side patch again. Just show the side patch. Chat, listen to me. That right there, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. Like, that's crazy. That's insane.
And in the back, like Elite Giants. Like, why wouldn't you not want to wear a hat that says Elite on it, especially with Giants? Like,
it's a good call.
Like,
this hat winning on so many levels.
Philly Stars. Shout out to Philly. Okay, so back before I keep talking about hats, a lot of teams that I picked was because I got friends and homies that are in the area. So that's why I picked the teams, realistically speaking.
Yeah.
But Philly Stars, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite hat because I could say this is one of my favorites too. I wanted to do like a 2.0 version of my Angels hat, realistically speaking. And I thought that Kelly green and orange would be such a great like color scheme because it's such a great color like combo in general. So I was like, why not show love to Philly because who doesn't like going to Philly? Well, apart from the craziness, but it's actually like a fun place to go. So here's the side patch. I use like the regular Negro League side patch for this one. It's metallic green, and in the back is Philly Stars. It's like metallic gold in the back too.
Goodness,
nice.
Wow. Like,
I got
mean,
third line commented this in the chat where he said it's got like campfire vibes, which I
yeah,
actually that was like the first thing kind of popped in my head too in regard to like the complete burnt orange
yeah,
styling that you went with, which I think is
yeah.
phenomenal.
I'm telling you right now, like I'm putting the Paddle One waves, the Air Max ones. I'm putting that with that hat immediately.
Really?
That's an open and shut case for me.
It's crazy because I got so many like shoes that I could wear with this hat, like my like what off-white dunks, shattered
Yep.
backboards. Like yo, like orange is such a great color to wear, and I feel like honestly, like having an orange hat in general, like in your like closet, is definitely like a plus. So if you didn't get the Angels hat, you could definitely get
Listen,
the 2.0
Get
version.
it.
get it.
Okay, so the next one is the Brooklyn Royal Giants. This is actually a hat that like I fell in love with it last minute. I mean, the original idea I wanted to have a mustard yellow and an icy blue, but
Yeah.
Justin was like, nah, like the brown was better. And I was like, it's we were debating about it for 3 days because I was like, nah, I really think the yellow would look better. He said no, the brown would look like, and Justin, like he's very like much like no laugh, no smiles, just no.
Yeah, and there's no changing his mind on.
And there's not one bit of like he did not change his mind not one bit. So I'm like, all right, somebody's gonna have to like roll over. I guess it's me. And I'm not gonna lie, once he put the colors together, I was like, that's why they call you the GOAT. Like it makes sense to call you the GOAT. Like you could never like a challenge a GOAT because it's like they know what they're talking about. He will never steer me the wrong way. So,
Yeah.
this hat is fire. Like shout out to Justin and shout out to Justin for even me getting in tune with Hat Club because if it wasn't because of Justin, I wouldn't be here right now. So all flowers go to him.
Justin's the best for a reason.
He is the best. I mean, like he's been helping me with my brand. He helps me like he's the one who told me like what fabric to use, like how the hat should be structured. Kind of gave me more like knowledge of how like to make a hat in general. So
Yeah.
because of him, my business wouldn't be where it is, and I wouldn't be here with Hat Club. So definitely shout out to Justin.
I love
But
that.
Yeah.
Icy blue metallic. The side of it is like copper, metallic copper. The side patch is like extremely crazy. I love it. Like we put some blue, some royal blue, some red in it, and some copper. I think the side patch is like extreme. And then the back is
Brooklyn.
Yeah, chat. I don't know about y'all. I ain't seen a miss yet. Not seen a miss.
I'll be honest. This one actually just like rocketed up to my number one position. Although at the same time, I am still curious to see how it would look with the yellow crown to it.
Right.
I feel like I'm gonna side with Justin on that. Off white with the copper and then that electric steel blue. It's just different. And then when you pan to the side, you got that royal metallic blue on the side with the brown, and then the outline with the that's layering metallics the right way. That's
he did. The only thing that we changed on the hat was literally this part. Like everything else was the same. So the only thing that we really changed was this part of it. This was yellow, and and he was like, nah. It was like the yellow just played out like everybody does it, and I'm just like, but I ain't doing
I
it.
feel you.
No,
I think there's also that element of yellow for like an upper visor gets dirty relatively quick, so it's like crown for longevity is just gonna like stay.
Yeah,
the same
and this
color.
is an all-year crown then too. Like that's something you can wear in the summer. You can wear that in the fall, the winter. Like in the wintertime with that steel metallic blue in the snow. Yeah, that's gonna be different. That's gonna really be different.
And then my last two, I'm gonna just show it together only because like the colors are cool. So this is the Crawford, and this is the Buckeye Cleveland hat. The Pittsburgh Crawford and the Buckeye Cleveland hat. All right, so let me tell you why I picked these colors, okay? Because everybody knows like there's always a war between red and blue versus like we talking about politics, talking about the streets, we talking about culture, we talking about anything. I felt like in order to show love to the Negro League, but not only the Negro League, but to the Black community, it would make sense to have a red hat and a blue hat. So I did the Crawford hat. It's for my ladies, also. I thought the metallic gray was fire. I haven't seen that yet, so I was like, okay, let's do that. The pink bottoms. You can't go wrong with no pinkies. So I had to add that in the collection. The side patch is pretty cute. I thought this was like really girly and really cute. I mean, guys could get it too. And in the back was my favorite. Like, I'm sorry, but look at this. This is just so elite. Like Pittsburgh Crawford. The
Yeah, I
metallic
really
is
dig that.
What's that meme where the dude be hitting his cart against the table? Like that's me right now. Cause I'm like, I'm really like that's nasty works, bro. That's show that front logo on that Crawford again, bro. Like, do y'all
it's so
understand?
simple and so tough. It doesn't even make sense.
That's a pewter all script, bro.
I want this hat. If there's a way we can make it happen, I want this hat on Andrew McCutcheon's head because I feel like he would rock the
Listen.
shit out of it, and especially for like the amount of years that he's been playing in Pittsburgh. If there's anybody who should be wearing this hat in the baseball world, it's him.
Oh,
And
we can
and
make
Millie,
that.
this is a pinky, right? That's
Yeah,
a
this is
pinky.
the pink bottom.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll see what's happening here.
You
All
know,
right.
and then we went to the Buckeyes. We went to the Buckeyes Cleveland. Now here, this is like I feel like this is just like like something simple, but everybody got blue in their closet. I was like, okay, for the boys we could do this. I thought that the logo was very simple, so we kept it like cute, simple. We had the white with the metallic blue, and we had like this like metallic silver like white color for the Cleveland
Yeah.
part. I don't know if you could see it, but
Yeah, no, we could see it. I'm tripping out about that metallic steel blue drop shadow on that.
Yeah, right.
B. That's crazy.
right? Yeah,
I gotta pass you a compliment on this one in regard to the Buckeyes, just because the fact that typically, because I mean, I have a couple Buckeyes hats from Lynn. They did turn back the clock, and it's always like Negro League heritage that they do with MLB, but they generally use the C logo. Nobody ever has, at least that I've seen, use that
Nope.
specific logo. So I gotta pay you like double compliments on your logo choices.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I seen the scene. And I was like, that's fire. But that's fire. Because we originally was like, okay, maybe we should put this as a side patch. And I'm like, nah. I feel like the logo would be so hard because it's so simple. And I feel like you could definitely like put great fits with this. I mean, like I have like about 5 different outfits I could wear with this. I just haven't put it on yet because I was trying to get the more detailed, I guess, harder hats to put together fits for first, and then the simpler ones.
So shoot, I'm telling you right now what I would do with that. The college blue 17s. I would
Yes, I was thinking, what about the 4s that just came out? The what's it
the
called?
industrial blue 4, the military blue 4s, they want to
Military
call them.
blue 4s.
Yeah, but them 17s with that. Listen, Millie, this is when we talk about packs that are solid from top to bottom.
Yeah,
this is what we're talking about. Like, all of these crowns are great. Like, I can't, and I'm not even trying to gas this
Great
because of the
redeemer
stream.
season. I had to redeem myself. I've been gone for like 2 years. It was great the fact that Hackler was able to let me do 8 hats. Originally I thought they were gonna let me do 4. Justin's like, make 6. And I'm like, okay. He said,
yeah,
make 8. And I'm like, whoa, like whoa. Like I'm saying, I was like making hats at every event that like I was possibly at for like 2 months. I was making hats at my hair appointments, parties. Like I went to a church. I was at church and I was teaching Sunday school. I started teaching Sunday school and I went back and I was like, oh wait, this hat might look fire. Like, so yeah, dedication and time. I was like, I had to redeem myself and I couldn't come back with like all 8 versus like 8 heat hats.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
And chat, just to let y'all know that I'm not gassing this up just because I'm just trying to, put fuel in Millie tank. I requested the Cuban X Giants to promo, so there will be a fit for the Cuban X Giants.
I can't wait to see it.
Can I see it first though? Like,
I'm gonna send it to you first so you can see it.
I want to see it first.
Yeah, and chat says they want to see that the Buckeye one more time, the blue joint. Yeah, they want to see. Yeah, that's.
Hold on one sec. I'm gonna put you back on the big screen. There
That's
you go.
madness. That's madness.
For everybody who's asking in regard to like unit numbers on these, it's very healthy. And then because we didn't mention it earlier, these are going to be dropping on Saturday, hackclub.com, hackclub app only. And these are going to be dropping at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So if I ever say the regular time or the usual time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. You guys.
Yeah, I'm excited, guys, and definitely like tap in at 2 p.m. because I plan on making sure my whole state grabs all of this. So if not Saturday at Juneteenth, I will be outside promoting.
Already got a film. They're gonna.
This is gonna be a clean sweep. Like I feel like there's something in the pack for everybody. You have good off whites, you got good two tones in there. The Philly is like a great tonal. That's like a great fall crown. Like I said, Millie, top to bottom, you did your thing with this pack. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to Just for putting that together. This is
Thank
crazy.
No,
you.
absolutely incredible.
I'm really excited for y'all to see the promo though. Like I feel like we got some great.
I was gonna say, Tef, do we want to ask like the last two questions that we got?
Sure.
Because I feel like they're kind of pertinent to what we were just kind of talking about a second ago.
Yeah, I mean, Chat's been buzzing about it, but I feel like Millie, you know about it too. Like, back in January of 2022, New Era released a collection of hats, featuring the HBCU logos, patches and pins. Is there a possibility that you go down that avenue as well and putting a collection together for like HBCUs, whether with Hat Club or independently featuring those schools?
Well, I mean, if Hat Club is, Hat Club is all, they want to. I'm never gonna say no. But yes, I definitely want to do something with HBCU schools, D9. Like, it's definitely. I feel like it's time to show a lot of homages to like the Black community, African American community. I feel like we bring so much like versatility when it comes to different type of talents, culture. Like, I feel like it's time to like show more world, show more love to the African American community. So I definitely feel like an HBCU drop would be amazing, like really amazing. I feel like a lot of people was asking, like, yo, do you think that you could ask Hat Club to do an HBCU drop? So I'm really happy that you brought it up, because now that the world is looking at it, y'all could keep asking Hat Club so I could come.
Yeah, listen. And I think it's like crazy because like Ben, to my knowledge, like New Era has access to those logos, right? They do have access to those.
And to be honest, like there are some specific colleges in some specific colorways that I personally want, because as obviously a basketball jersey collector, there are a lot of NBA players who went to HBCUs, and it's like I don't necessarily want to make it about me. I'd rather somebody else do it. Use the colorways, so maybe of their NBA jerseys, so I can do like a nice little pairing. Like I would love that.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice little Easter egg and way to like tie it together without necessary. It's a way to give it away without giving it away.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like also a lot of college kids love wearing fitted hats. I mean, like if you go on campus, wherever you go, whether it's HBCU, I went to PWI, so I didn't go to HBCU school, but homecoming definitely makes you still feel like you feel the love. But you go to different campuses where it's PWI, HBCU school, and all you see is fitted hats everywhere. And it's like, yo, it would be so fire if we could have like something just like with Hat Club and HBCU schools, or Hat Club with D9. Like, I think that it would definitely be crazy. And I feel like with the Negro League, I feel like with you guys, it definitely was a big risk, because it's like, it's not really much, like, let's be honest, it's not really much noise right now. Like, yes, like, MLB starting to like show more love, but with the Negro League, it's not like a lot of people are asking for Negro League hats. So I feel like Hat Club definitely took their big chances with me on far as like dropping 8 hats, and I'm happy to be able to deliver and make sure that like we could do some numbers for these, so we could do more Negro League hats.
So I want to throw this question out, and you touched on a little bit ago, just because the fact that the timing on this collection dropping is just like, it's so cosmically perfect, because I go back to May. I'm a huge baseball guy, and when Major League Baseball finally made the announcement, as you mentioned, where they started honoring and recognizing stats on the same level as Major League players. So for all the Negro League records that were set, in a couple cases, breaking some long-standing MLB records, because let's be real, the play level between Major League Baseball and the Negro League, dating back before 1947, when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier, it's a huge deal. How does this feel for you? And then especially in regard to this collection that you've been working on for a while, and then all of a sudden, bam, here we go.
I mean, I think it's all God's timing. I feel like I said, in 2022, I definitely lost myself. And I just was like always saying like, okay, I want to do like my next hat has to be Negro League or Hat Club. Like, that was something that I said in like my quiet hours talking to God. I feel like he prepared me for this year in a sense. I feel like everything just kind of like worked out like really great because originally I was hoping that we could do this last year, but you know, it didn't work out and I wasn't too upset about it. But you know, reaching back out to Justin again, because you can ask Justin, I was really annoyed about this. I felt like everything just worked out so great. It was like I fully recovered. I got my life back in 2024. Then the statistics, you know, Hall of Famers came out like in earlier this year. I'm like, okay, great. Now we got like MLB showing love to the Negro League. I see that now you guys have all like the Negro League teams. I saw the statistics like coming together. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like now it just makes sense to drop it because the buzz is there. Why not be the first to do it and then everybody else follows? Like that's what y'all do anyway. Like Hat Club starts, everybody else just.
And I will say it's even more important because the fact that you've been working with Negro League logos and designs for as long as you have, and there is not a better person who could have done this collection than you.
Exactly. I know, I'm so happy, and you know, thank you guys so much for letting me be able to show my creativity.
Absolutely.
But just do something that, like, you know, I started off making Negro League hats, and I'm super excited to be able to make Negro League hats with Hat Club because, you know, it's something different. It's definitely history being made right now, and hopefully, like Saturday, we could definitely sell these out to make more history happen. So.
I believe it's going to happen. I wholeheartedly believe it's going to happen. And just a reminder. Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hatclub.com, Hat Club app. Tef, you got anything else to add?
No, I mean, like I said, Millie, you know, we've talked before, and you know, I've known of you and your creativity. You know, I definitely want to give you your flowers. I think, like you said, you're a trendsetter, you know, in doing this, and I look forward to seeing, you know, what advancement, you know, comes from this. Like you said, you know, there are other Negro League teams that we didn't get a chance to do in this collection, so. I hope that this opens the door. I mean, I look at this as a collection kind of like Stained Glass and others that we've done this year that push the boundaries and do things slightly different. So I'm really excited for you. I know this is going to be great. I'm going to send you that fit when I cook it up.
I hope you do because I'm excited. You know, you're like one of my favorite people that could dress on my social media. I mean, every time you post, I'll be like, yo, like, where you get this? Like, so when you post it, you don't ever post it when they got it in stock. You post it when it's out of stock. I'll be like, wow.
Yeah, listen, and you know, cosmic alignment. I'm with Hat Club at the time that, you know, this drops. And funny story for chat because goes back to Millie had talked to me about this collection a while back, and I was quiet about it because I wanted to give her the opportunity to have her shine and have her moment. But she was like, "Yo, when I do this collection, I need you to get one of my hats." I said, "Oh, that's what I question." When I saw the mocks, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be a movie," and I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I'm so happy for you, Millie, and I'm glad we get to share this moment with you as a Hat Club family. So, shouts out to you. You know, congratulations.
Thank you guys. Yeah. I think the chat just asked me if I could run through the hats one more time. So can I do that before y'all?
Yeah, you can show. Yeah, show them real quick.
Sure. Again.
So we got the Buckeyes front. So me side patch front.
Yep.
Back. Oh wait, there's no bannerman in the back. There's no bannerman at all in any of these hats. Let me show you this now.
Yep.
But this, then we got the Pittsburgh Crawford back.
Clean.
We got the Cuban X Giants. Shout out to Dell for this crown, you know.
Very clean.
The Homestead Grays. Love this crown so much. If anybody grabs it, definitely like tag me in your outfits because I definitely want to see how this will look.
Yeah. One sec. I'm going
Baltimore League Giants. Shout out to Maryland. You know, guys, I love y'all so much. But
sheesh, yeah. I'm spending a block for that one. I need that.
The Philly hat.
Yep.
One.
Damn it, Austin. Sorry. No, sorry to interrupt. Like I typed that out, so everybody follow Millie on Instagram. I spelled everything correctly, correct?
Right. Yeah, you did.
So what happened was I typed it in, hit enter so I could post it up on the screen, and then Austin fired in with the "what well said, Taff," and that's what I fired up on the screen. So
as much as it's about me, it's not about me right now. It's not about me. But 1000%, Millie. We appreciate you, you know, hanging with us, you know, chopping it up with us, showing off your crowns. Yeah, exactly. And Saturday for chat, if y'all don't know, get your wallets ready. I don't feel like there's any misses in this pack.
Yeah.
Do good.
Y'all see the video too. Whole bunch of different talents in there. So can't wait for y'all to see everything unravel. Definitely my favorite pack. Hopefully to do more with you guys. But thank you guys so much for having me today.
I was gonna say I'm looking for the next time, the next pack, and the next visit because
I am too.
always bring the energy, and I absolutely love it.
Hey, man, shout out to Hack Club, you know, #1 in the state.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Millie.
Take care, Millie. Thanks again.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Yeah, man. So,
she's awesome.
Man, awesome, 1000%. But like we said, chat, make sure y'all tap in for that. That's happening Saturday, but we got some hats in hand to show you guys. That's actually dropping tomorrow. So
time to give you the floor on this one.
Yeah, man. So tomorrow we have Brick by Brick, which was cooked up by the guy Jorge. Shouts out to Jorge. So we have it's 5 styles. So one of which is actually an A-frame. So we're gonna start with the A-frame first. And I ordered the 5950s in order of my personal, most favorite to most favorite, if you understand what I'm saying. So first we're gonna start here. Got the Colorado Rockies, got the 1995. So you got green, copper, really brick colors. So if you think of bricks, these are probably the colors that you would see. So good A-frame, gray UV, black guts. These are made in China. I know we harp a lot on A-frames, but this is probably one of those A-frames that I would personally cop and I would wear. I love it a lot. I think it's really, really clean. George and Jorge and Justin.
One thing out in regard to A-frames that a lot of people don't know. We always say like A-frames sell, and you need to go to a store and like really experience this because we fucking hammer through them in stores.
Yep.
Like it's not a joke. And it's not us just blowing smoke and trying to sell more. It's just like it is a legit thing. And we fill so many online orders with them. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say in regard to that.
Definitely. So now we're going to transition to the 5950s. So we're going to start here. Gray UV, Chicago White Sox. And if you notice on each of these, in the side patch, in the front logo, or somewhere, you'll guys see these through the hats that I show. Bricks are in some way, shape, or form integrated into the hat. So in this case, you have the Chicago White Sox. The background of this 95th is bricks. So think, 30th anniversary for Orioles, but we're integrating it into different logos. So this is the Batterman. So copper batty, white, black, gray UV, black guts, and this is made in China. Very cool.
And I will say, in regard to all you baseball fans out there, the reason why all these teams were selected has to do with the fact that all these teams play in stadiums that are made from brick.
Brick. Yeah. So next up, we got the Cleveland Guardians, but we have the script I for the Indians here. So look again in the side patch. Here, I don't really, let me try to see in here. Here, you could kind of see more of the brick lay inside of the Jacobs field. So if you look behind the Jacobs copper.
It is a little bit tougher on that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit tougher to see the brick in this logo, but I feel like if you kind of look at it closely in hand, and I'm trying to really get as close to my camera as you can can kind of see like that dark brown or that light brown or tan back there. You got the green, you got the copper, obviously, for Jacobs Field. You have the white front logo, white iScript logo, black outline, and then a copper outline outside of that. I already showed the Batterman, but show it again so you guys can see it. Gray UV, black guts, made in China. Yep. So let's see here. So then let's see here. So the third, speaking of Baltimore, speaking of the Orioles, got B more right here. So this one is one of my favorites because I like how they actually integrate it. When you look at the side patch, you'll kind of see it. So obviously we're throwing the 30th on here for obvious reasons, brick by brick. This patch has bricks in it. But if you actually look at the front logo, you kind of see the outline is actually more of like that same brick pattern as well. So you can really see it in the light here.
So saucy.
Now, this is like, that was like a really tough detail that I kind of missed the first time I picked up this hat. But this hat is extremely clean. Gray, black guts. This is the Batterman. And I really want to show you guys this again close so y'all can really kind of really appreciate this. This is like super clean. This is like super, super clean. This is a good crown. This is probably tied for number 2 of my favorite in the pack. But most favorite has to go. Shouts out to my guy, Mark. This Detroit right here is monstrous, guys.
Woo!
Like, Old English capital D logo for Detroit. And then we go to the side patch. American flag, bricks in there, all-star game patch, Detroit. This crown right here is mean. Crown, like off-white on the crown, that same green that we've seen throughout the pack. Copper metallic in the stitching for the bricks. That like metallics in there for the American flag. Red button, green top visor, gray UV, black guts, and this is also made in China.
I appreciate that compliment, Cap Crusader.
Nah, this is actually this is super clean. Now, the one thing, and I'll test some of chat's knowledge. This hat reminds me a lot of Goose's athletics, the home jersey
Yeah.
that he dropped with us. And I think that's one of the reasons I like it so much. But I think really my favorite detail about this is for some reason, because Mo did it with her Brooklyn, where it was off-white crown, but it was white script. Something about that combination shouldn't go together, but it goes crazy. And
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
agree.
and the color splash on the patch as well is just tough. And then obviously this Batterman I wanted to show because it is different than the others. You got copper, you got red, and you got white. And so we get all these hats together here. So Ben, if you had to give your top three, since there's not that many here, what would your top three
be? In order, it's going Detroit, Baltimore, and then Chicago White Sox.
Okay, so we're going Detroit, and we're going Be More, and then we go White Sox.
So Shauna, of course, threw in the comment in regard to adding a Giants hat, which I will say Oracle Park, AT&T Park, Pac Bell Park, whatever you want to call it, it does have a brick facade to it. So if we do a second version of this, and then I would also recommend adding in Chicago Cubs because they got the brick outfield with the ivy hanging down from it.
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox, for the most part, is just kind of like a green facade, but there are some brick elements to it. So that would be kind of a nice one to throw in there as well.
Agreed. I think, I mean, in my list, the only reason why I didn't say my list, because my list is essentially Ben's list. So I'm going Detroit number one, Baltimore number two. I think the one thing I really love about the Baltimore, that was supposed to be large. A lot of teams denied. I think SF. Wow,
Austin with the knowledge in there. Okay, that makes sense.
Sheesh. But I think that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there is another team that was supposed to be in the mix, but it's showing up a little bit late. I'm not gonna say who it is. You'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, like Detroit's number one. I feel like Baltimore is really like it's like a 1A, 1B type of thing. I'm just partial to off-white crowns. Like I said, that Detroit reminded me of Goose's home jersey, and I love that hat. So for me, this Detroit was just an easy number one slot for me. But if it was a 1A, 1B type of situation, that Baltimore would definitely be my 1B. But for the sake of being fair, 1, 2, 3 is Detroit, Baltimore, White Sox. So same as Ben.
I like that.
So we got that. And then
I'm gonna take this one over right now because so that's Thursday, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hackclub.com, hackclub app.
Yep.
The next hat is the one hat that I see, which is why my camera's all twitchy because I'm getting ready to show off a photo. So this hat I'm about to show off is an app exclusive dropping on Friday. Let me confirm the time. It should be 11 a.m. It is 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And a lot of you have been jonesing for this one. Hit me up. This, of course, is going to be PB&J's next hat. Yeah. I'm just gonna let that one sit and simmer for a minute and let you guys just kind of drink it in.
And that's shouts out to my guy Bones. I like been in the community for a long time, big jersey in the building, but this hat right here, man, is the logo itself is just insane. Like, and it's a pinky.
I know.
And it has like that one-of-one hat club patch, because for most people, I mean, obviously you have the two knives on, the traditional PB&J mask hat. So I feel like the fact that we departed from this and actually went with a much more custom side patch. Yeah, this is A1.
And I mean, we've already kind of praised Justin earlier in regard to him working with Millie and, kind of getting those colors right and stuff for not only Fitted Female Direction 3.0 back in 2021, but then also the Negro League collection that drops this Saturday. But the fact that Justin has dropped, X amount of PB&J mask hats and every single one of them is flown. So I don't expect this one to sit around for very long.
No, it will not. I mean, and I know, like, for me, like, so for example, because I think Big Show said he never understood the height. And to be honest with you, it's kind of like hats that are typically for me like weren't MLB teams. I wasn't super like going after, but I think when I think I saw one of the PB&J mask hats in person. I was just like, the logo was just interesting. It's unique. Every time I've worn mine, my icy, everybody stops me and they'll ask me questions like, "Yo, what is that? Like, what team is that?" And I have to explain to them it's not a team. It's actually like a logo from one of our designers.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's always a conversation starter. But
somebody was asking me about stock. Hold on one sec. Obviously, I'm not going to give you guys the exact number, but I'll give you a relatively healthy. I'll back.
Yeah.
Okay, back.
Yeah, you're back now. You're back now.
So stock is actually pretty healthy. Much in the same sense of Millie's Negro League collection. Yeah, you guys are good. I'd still say be fast on it.
Yeah,
but there's a really good amount. So
I feel like if you guys have looked at any of the hats, the PB&J masks that we've dropped, typically they don't last more than I'd say 15 minutes.
yeah,
I think 15 minutes is the top, and most of the time they last because people don't know that they're coming. Because sometimes they'll drop as a part of like a variety pack, or if you do follow Justin's IG, you'll see that he'll drop them. You know, drop that it's coming. So you know that's one of the things I'd like to tell people too. Pay attention to our designers' IGs when they drop hat designs because it's a good chance that if they're dropping it and it's in hand, it's dropping pretty soon.
And then yeah, this one is going to be made in China. So pink under visor, black on the sweatband. That's pretty much all the details you need right there. As far as when it's dropping, it's going to be dropping Friday.
Friday, yes sir. Yep.
Exclusive. I'm going to say it 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So the usual time.
Listen, you got to be quick. You're going to have to be quick.
What do we got for Monday?
So Monday we have variety packs, and yes, guys, I am doing a lot more brim switches than usual tonight.
I like that. Actually, there's one particular brim that you threw on there that anybody who's going to be at Great Mall on Saturday, I highly recommend getting there early.
Oh, you mean this hat, Ben?
It's on the same lines of that. You're pretty close on the colors.
Oh, okay.
Go. It's actually it's on your yellow pillow right now as far as that
color. So are we talking about this?
Oh, yeah, we might actually have a San Francisco Giants in that colorway dropping on Saturday.
Oh, well, chat.
At Great Mall only. At Great Mall only. I got to emphasize that again.
Yep. So, listen, movie. But next up, guys, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 different crowns coming to you guys on Monday as a variety pack. We are going to go ahead and run through these. So, first one we got here, Arizona D-backs. So, good D-backs.
Wow.
You know, kind of got maroon. Got your top visor is more of a gray. This is more graphite. Gray UV. I call this just the gray. I feel like that would be a nickname for this hat if I had one. Just great, different shades of gray. What I would call it something else, but I don't want us to get into trouble. Anyway, if you know, you know. Chat, you can write it, and I'll agree with you if you know what I'm talking about. 2001 World Series side patch for this, and I love this hat because we've been getting the 2001 size, you know, or World Series side patch size right, and I feel like this is another example of us doing that. Graphite top visor, gray UV, black guts. I believe this one is made also in China.
I just want to point out the fact that when I was putting the list together for hats for recap this week, I was going to, just because we had the time with Millie, and then we have these other collections, and so I was on the fence of like, okay, do we need to talk about variety packs or just let them happen the natural way, just So, but I saw this list of hats, and I got to say, it's just like I was just really intrigued by the color schemes, at least from what was written, because I haven't seen these in hand yet or photos of them. So I'm seeing these brand new, the same way you guys are. And so far, with just one hat from the Diamondbacks, I'm actually really happy that we sent these to you, Tef.
Yeah, no, and shouts out to my name Eric for the deep cut here with the DJ Clue Desert Storm. That's interesting. If you know, based off of what I just showed, that was. Shouts out to you, Eric. That was a good call. That was a good call. I like that. Next up, it is a
Oh
pink
no,
one.
CJ691. You've only missed one hat so far. It's just that Diamondbacks. We're about to do. I'm about to blow everybody's mind, especially 406 Brims, because he was asking for a Mariners hat, and I'm pretty sure that's what's in Tef's hands right now.
Yes, it is. This is really giving me sweetheart vibes, low key. But this hat right here is monstrous. Like, look at this Seattle Compass logo S, and then I just want to stay right here on the side patch, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see that it's a pink mountain?
Drink it in,
red
everybody.
Drop shadow. Like, listen. This right here, like, this probably just made like the Seattle All-Star game patch. This one, like, one of my favorites. Like, the way this was executed was crazy. Obviously, you got the brown, you got the pink, and then you also have that same. It's more of like an eggshell, like a seashell, more so I would say. And then you got a brown top visor, brown button, red crown, pink UV, black guts. This, if there's a favorite of mine of this variety pack dropping on Monday, it's this one. This is the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, listen, if you got the bacons, you need this. You need it. I don't think anything else needs to be said. You need it. Augie with the good name, Ben and Breakfast. So next up, we have an icy. Shouts out to Frosty Preem. Got the San Diego. So again, we're kind of playing with those colors again on the S and the D for the San Diego front logo. So you got a blue, got an orange, and then another side patch. We've used a side patch before, but I kind of like how again we played with the years, in blue and with orange. You got the Padres there. I don't think that there's any metallics inside of this. I think this is just this is kind of one of those design examples where you don't necessarily have to use metallic everywhere. Just sometimes using a lighter stitch in conjunction with colored stitches can actually make colors pop a little bit more. So I think this is kind of like a really good example of doing that from a color perspective. Blue, orange, and white on the Batterman. Frosty UV, black guts. I believe this is also made in China.
I am absolutely stunned by that Padres hat, and here's why. Aside from the fact that it looks great, being the big basketball guy that I am, that color scheme for the SD and the side patch, those are old San Diego Clippers colors. Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of different things you could do with the hat. I mean, if you even wanted to throw on a Jackie Moon jersey with that, I feel like you're not wrong. You're not wrong for doing that.
Let's get tropical.
Let's get tropical. So here we got a good green Astros. Shouts out to H-Town in the building. So we got the Astrodome patch. This one, I really like how we executed it. It's not nothing. It's not a doorbuster showstopper, but I feel like this open star being metallic gold, I think is a really nice touch for this hat. You got black. You got more of you have a navy here, navy button, navy top visor, green UV, black guts, made in China. And this is a preview of the Batterman. So you got navy, kind of got that off-white, and then you have gold in there as well. Very, very good crown. It's tough. I like it. And Big Show, Big Show, when I opened up the box, I felt like we've seen this before, but maybe a slight variation. But still not a bad crown. I think it's still
honestly, I think we still got one or two left, but that one's in the bottom for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that it's bad. I think for me, it's an underused Astros logo, and it's not an Astros logo that I always gravitate towards. I typically go towards the Astros that we used on the horror pack, or the traditional H in the middle of the star, or those are pretty much my favorites. The prototype is kind of like an honorable mention. When we execute it right, like what we did with the green silkies, I liked how we did that. I liked how we color blocked that out.
I don't know if my comment went through. I feel like it froze at the point in time because I feel like I made a strong joke in regard to that Astros hat. I said, I know we still got like two more to show off for the variety pack, but that one's definitely in the bottom.
No, I caught you. I got you. This one's for you, Chana. San Francisco Script 2007 All-Star Game patch. This is just a very, very clean hat. I feel like a lot of people probably are maybe getting sick of the San Francisco Script, but I feel like there's still some colorways and some ways that we can really spice this thing up. And I feel like this was a good example of just a smooth everyday hat. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just really smooth every day. San Francisco Script. It's two tones. So you got navy, black top visor, black button, gray UV, black guts, made in China. This is your Batterman. Oh, this is your Batterman right here.
Little bird told me those are probably going to be a great mall this weekend.
Yep, very solid crown. I mean, for me, if I didn't have as many San Francisco scripts as I did, I definitely would go after this one. But I think if you don't have any, this is a good one to start with, for sure. And then last but certainly not least, this one, I would argue I saved the top two because this is my second favorite of the variety pack. But Ben, you could tell me if I'm wrong. What the Wizards?
Fucking A.
This hat right here is giving me Merlin vibes. Minor league
Yeah.
team. What's the name of the minor league team for this, Ben?
It's the Fort Wayne Wizards.
So the Fort Wayne Wizards. So
I froze.
We heard you. Fort Wayne Wizards. So for
okay,
me,
okay, good.
Yeah, so for me, because I'm a sneakerhead, I immediately thought Wizard threes. This is if you needed a hat for your Wizard threes, this is your hat right here. And it has a wizard on the front of it. Like coincidence, I think not. But extremely dope crown, silver in here. You got metallic blue, you got metallic copper in the stars and moons in his hat. This side patch to me is monstrous, bro. That is like the diamond being metallic copper. Then you also still have some of that metallic silver in here. This is very clean. Giving you a little bit of Wingardium Leviosa here, with the side with the minor league Batterman. Very, very clean. Yes, I'm loving all of the wizard jokes and quotes that I'm seeing in the comments right now.
Long story short, I'm buying this fucking hat.
Yes, this right here. Like, this is one of those minor league hats. Like, when you guys ask me about the captains, and I'm like, they're just certain logos that look really cool. I feel like this is an example of that. Very, very good hat. So we're gonna count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Yeah, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6. This is the clip. This is what's dropping on Monday, guys.
So these are dropping at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. So set your alarms for early.
So Ben, it's coming. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 hats.
Yep.
Give me your top 3.
Actually, I got a story for you.
Okay, tell me.
Because I'm buying the Wizards hat and the Padres hat.
Yes.
Here's the story about the Padres hat. If you want to show it off.
Yes, I will show it.
I saw a couple people commenting on the fact that it's like this gives like strong Cleveland Cavaliers vibes as far as like the S and the D. So here's the story. Back in 1994, the MLB draft. A few notable names that came out of the first round: Nomar Garcia-Pera, Jason Varitek, Ben Grieve, who won Rookie of the Year, Paul Konerko, Terrence Long came out, AJ Pierzynski, Scott Podsednik, et cetera, et cetera. So there was a kid out of Anchorage, Alaska, who got taken in the 6th round by the San Diego Padres. He ended up not playing baseball. Instead, he went to go play college basketball. He played at Duke, won a national championship with them, went to the NBA, played for a couple teams. He currently just got a job because he was the general manager of the New Orleans Pelicans. Now he's the GM and team president for the Detroit Pistons, but he did spend some time in Cleveland. His name is Trajan Langdon.
Sheesh.
So I got to buy this hat just for the simple fact that it's just like the San Diego to Cleveland connection that you guys put together. God damn you all.
Listen, this is a really clean hat. Like at first, like I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it, I was just like, maybe even before I knew the hook, I was just like, I don't know if I love it, but it's like love it to where I would like cop. But I thought it was a really nice looking crown. But now, like looking at it and then seeing that with it, you just put in my head Cav Force with this hat.
Yeah.
And
I love my wife to death.
So you said you're already getting the San Diego. So if you had to rank them, how would you rank them?
If I'm going 1, 2, 3, I'm going San Diego, Fort Wayne Wizards, Seattle Mariners. I realize the Seattle Mariners is much higher on everybody's totem pole than me, but it's like I got personal reasons why I put Padres, Wizards 1 and 2.
Shouts out to Angie. She said, I'm a very tolerant woman.
Very tolerant woman. Love her.
So definitely got to say, so for my top 3, I'm just spoiler alert. It's this one. We're not playing those games. This is the one. Like, I mean, again, chat, Look at this mountain. It is a pink mountain with a red drop shadow. Like, I feel like that's something I would see in nature. I don't know why, but I feel like I would. Number one. Number two. Definitely got to go here. Definitely got to go here. And number three for me, I'm gonna shock a lot of people. I'm gonna shock them because of that reference from Eric.
Yeah,
This is my number three.
I like that.
And it's like, and again, it's a whole bunch of shades of gray. Ha. But I think that but I think that for me it's very unique. I mean, inside, I don't know if I really showed it off well in the light, but you could see like it's almost like a maroon color inside of the D logo. And then you have like that volt on the actual scales. And then when you go to the side patch, there's just a lot of things you could do with this. Like, I mean, I feel like honestly, I feel like I could wear this hat with a lot of different things. Like, I could be real conservative with my sneaker choice, or I could be like super duper out there. Like, immediately, first shoe that came to mind for me was like the undefeated Air Force One.
Yeah.
The maroon pair. So not the other pair, but the maroon pair. I feel like this would pair up perfectly with that crown. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, and Chewy, like, to be real with you, it's like I feel like I would be the person to say, like, if I couldn't get anything out of that variety pack and everybody said this wasn't like their top choice, I would be the type to go buy this hat, put a dope fit together, and make people regret that statement. That's just the type of person I am, though. I'm sometimes I tend to be petty, but I mean, I think for me, that's the top three. USC dunks, could also go well with them, but I feel like this is a sleeper. I think Monday.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I that's like my number 4 spot.
Yeah, I feel like if the outside looking in, I think is definitely the San Diego. I feel like if this top visor, if maybe we switched the orange from here and we made because then that wouldn't have made sense. No, I wouldn't change anything about this. This is clean. This will be my fourth.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's Monday. Everybody, what was the time again, Ben? So people act like
7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Monday. Hackclub.com, Hackclub app.
Yeah, CG is just the way that it goes. I mean, Stroh's hats are good. Despite what their team record shows right now, Stroh's hats are good hats. I feel like you can't be on top every time. Pause.
I agree with that. It's nice to see the Astros in the cellar for once.
So obviously we have one pack left to show.
Oh my God. I've been waiting for this all day.
Well, chat, it's time.
Oh, yes.
It is time. So obviously, we've been here a while. I just felt like this is the right time to bring it out. But we're going to do this in order, and I'm going to give my Hat Club ambassador brothers and sisters their love first because I feel like that's important. So Tuesday, June the 18th, the usual time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Hat Club is doing our second iteration of the Ambassador Pack. So we have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 different styles coming at you guys on Tuesday. And we got to start here. Shouts out to my guy, Shun God, on IG, Shun in real life. This right here.
That's pretty.
I'm normally not a big fan of rail hats, but the way that this was executed was masterful. Like, if you guys look at that tri logo essentially going behind the open star, Stroh's. Going to the side patch, you got lavender, kind of got that tequila sunrise, as Ben calls it, effect going on in the 50th.
Oh, yeah.
Batterman, again, you got that black and that lavender again. Lavender UV, black guts, and all of these will be made in China. Unfortunately, no Hat Club tag in this yet, but don't fret. Future packs, I heard through the grapevine, may have it. But this is the first hat. I want to give my brother Shun his flowers from being a music artist. If y'all aren't following him on IG, I highly recommend that you do so. But this hat ties into his discography. I don't want to spoil it for him. I want him to speak to it more directly. but this is a great crown. And I'm not really a big fan per se of rail hats, but the way this was executed was perfect. Shouts out
I
to my
couldn't
man.
agree more with that. And especially when I was pulling photos for our Dropbox,
Mhm.
I had to like sit on that photo for like a few extra seconds just because I was just like so taken aback by like the execution on it. And
1000.
especially like the rainbow trail that I've seen on front logos for a lot of
Mhm.
other teams, other companies, whatever.
Yep.
As you said, like I'm a big fan of rail hats, but for
Mhm.
whatever reason on this one, this is hands down from a custom design perspective, probably one of the best rail hats I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that until like, because it was giving Roy G. Biv vibes when I first saw it, but
Yeah.
then when I started to learn more about the inspo behind it, extremely, extremely well executed, well put together. Super proud of you, my boy Sean. I can't wait, for people to go crazy over that hat. I was like, so next up, shouts out to my guy Nigel Uno. So this hat has a special place in my heart. It's a minor league. So for the first 3 years when I graduated from college, I worked in a place called Huntsville, Alabama. And when I was there, the Trash Pandas, which is what this team is called, were actually having their stadium built, the Toyota Stadium, that was over past Bridge Street. So the fact that I finally have seen a Trash Panda hat come to fruition, and it's from one of my fellow ambassadors, is super duper dope. Dark green, cilantro green, if you want to call it that. So you have the front logo, the Trash Pandas. That's what they call them in Huntsville. Some people call them raccoons. We call them Trash Pandas when I was there. Madison, Alabama, because that's where the team is located. That's where they play. So there's downtown Huntsville, and then there's also further from downtown Huntsville, like if you're driving out towards Madison, which is the next largest city, that's where the Toyota Stadium is. So got to go here to the Batterman, MILB Batterman. But my favorite detail of this hat is actually the new era flag.
Ooh.
And I think that for me, the reason why I like this so much is that this was a detail that a lot of times when you design hats, you see people go tonal with the new era flag. And I really commend Nigel for stepping outside of that box a little bit and really trying to do something different. And when you look at the hat as a whole, all the colors really go really well together. There's
Wow.
not one color that's really out of place. So you got your red button, red UV, black guts, made in China. Again, if you guys aren't following Nigel Uno, highly recommend that y'all do so. He has his own clothing brand that he also does. I've worn Hat Club products with it all the time. He's extremely multifaceted, well talented. Honored to share the ambassadorship with you, brother. And this hat came out great. Congrats to you. I think this is a super dope hat.
I mentioned this earlier. Like, even though I saw photos for some of these, some of the angles I didn't see, and that new era flag on the side of that Trash Pandas one is exquisite.
Yeah, I feel like and I think that this is something that if you are a designer, like use all the angles that you have, man, whether it's eyelets, new era flag, like you don't always have to go tonal. And I feel like this is an example of when you don't go tonal and it comes together extremely well. So then next up, we got Kello from MPH's hat. This is Washington National. So DMV stand up. Sneaky two-tone, plain Jane. Batterman here. Again, you're kind of looking at like the two shades of green, and in the light, you could kind of see it here. So this shade is a little bit lighter. This is darker. When I first saw this, I thought it was black, but it's actually not black. It's just a darker shade of green.
Yeah.
So again, sneaky two-tone. I've seen hats executed like this really well. This is a very solid everyday. It doesn't have to be super crazy over the top, but I think that the fact that it's a sneaky two-tone, it's like the details are kind of hidden in the hat. You just got to kind of look for them a little bit. But again, another example of not going tonal with the flag, and it works because you have an all-white front logo, and you have a white new era flag here. So again, sneaky two-tone, gray UV, black guts. Show you guys the Batterman one more time, and made in China.
No, I really enjoy the simplicity of that. So good job on that one.
Even though I haven't had a chance to talk to Kello very often, super proud of you, man. I didn't even know, we didn't even know what his hat was going to be until we started seeing the pictures come in. And when it came in, I was just like, wow, it's super dope as just a hat. Like, I feel like this is something I would throw on every day, like just to wear, like to go out and do anything. So shouts out to him. I feel like this pack is super dope. Next, going back to the minor league. cilantro green UV. Shouts out to the sis, Brim Fiend. This Birmingham Barons
Damn.
is crazy. Black top, black crown color, yellow top visor, yellow button. I just want you guys to look at this side patch. This side patch is insane.
Beautiful.
So you have like, and one of the things like, because yellow and green are very loud colors. So like a lot of times I feel like people shy away from them because it's like a little bit, it's a little bit trepidatious to use those types of colors. But here I think she chose it perfectly. I think how it was blocked out, using the lines to really accent the yellow, as well as using the green as a base color. And then on top of that, the outer stitch is white. I know it looks yellow, but I'm trying to get closer so you guys can see that it is actually white. The baseball here is red. If you guys actually looked at Brim Fiend's page, because she actually did talk about what the inspo behind the hat was, it was actually for the bus boycotts for Rosa Parks. So feel like
that's super clever.
Yeah. So like, from a perspective of, cosmic timing, the night that we talk about the Negro League, we have a hat in our ambassador pack that actually pays homage to Black history. So extremely dope. This is the Batterman here for the MILB. Like I said, cilantro, dark green, UV, black guts, made in China. Shouts out to Brimfiend. Like, I mean, when I saw this come together, I felt like this was definitely her. Like, I felt like this was something that, is dope, it's cool, it's unique. And I feel like at the end of the day, she really did a good job of taking something that is a historical figure or moment and then really putting it on a hat and actually making it look, extremely tasteful and extremely dope. So shouts out to Brimfiend for this dope crown.
Big time. And I like the fact that the B goes with Brimfiend as well.
Yes, sir. And then number 5. This was gonna be tough for me because man, like, to see how he's developed and grown as a designer, and being his friend as long as I have, gotta show love to my fellow co-host. Showing love to my guy, the summer of '95 Indians. Man. Now, if you guys have been watching my Instagram, when the hats came in for recap, I wasted no time, taking these in the sunlight. And this hat in the sunlight dances. 95 World Series. Welcome to the show patch. I just really want you guys to see that. Like that pink back there. This right here, insane. World Series, metallic aluminum in there. And if you guys paid attention and watched his story, I'm sure that you saw that there was a certain script that was glowing in the dark. Well, there you go. It's like, so all the white here and on the Batterman glow in the dark.
Dude, I love that.
We're making tonals great again. Pink UV, shouts out to Frosty. Black guts, made in China. Like I said, man, to look through, John's design catalog and history as, just what he's done and what he's accomplished, going back all the way to the Lost Boys and the Lou. Yeah. This hat to me is like, it's a trifecta, like at least first time with Hat Club. Extremely well put together, extremely well just executed. Shouts out to you, my brother.
Way to go, Just John.
Listen, man, this is extremely clean. Yep. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Icy, the Big Ring Braves. So maybe you may have caught up that this kind of correlates with that.
God, I love that.
Purpose. So here, Big Ring Braves, purple Icy. You got your ombre yellow here, metallic copper on the outline. Then we go to the side patch, and shouts out to the design team because there was actually a minor design change that they made that I actually really love. Like they utilized more white stitching in the back so that the metallics could actually really pop. Yeah. So if you look inside, you can actually see the silver back there behind the Brave script in copper. The inaugural season is also in copper, metallic copper. You have Sea Breeze here. You have different colors in here. There's a metallic outline that goes around the entirety of the patch as well. So this is the inaugural 2017. This is not the SunTrust or SunTruest patch. This is the other one. Batterman, you got your purple, you got your teal, and you have your eggshell. Like I said, Icy UV, black guts, made in China. 2 years in the making, and we finally have it in hand.
Did it!
2 years.
I'm beyond stoked for you on this one. I mean,
Listen.
aside from the fact that it came out so beautifully, but the fact that the dedication you put into it is just like, dude,
Listen, yeah, and
it's time to eat the fine dinner you just prepared.
exactly. And I mean, I know everybody is always excited for their own hat, but I'm super excited just to be in a position where I could talk about people I consider friends, not just folks I'm an ambassador with. And I love all those guys, and I think that they poured their heart and soul creatively into this, and I'm super proud of them. If I could buy them all, I would. It's like, but there's so much heat dropping this month, man. I'm literally going to be eating dream sandwiches, I think, for the rest of June. But I mean, obviously, it's a lot of work goes into this. So big shouts out to the design team. I think that it gets overlooked how much work they do have. So the fact that they made time for us, talk to us through our designs, for some of us, made some changes, some on the fly decisions. To really make these hats pop. I'm super thankful to them. Thankful to Austin, Davey, everybody for really making this possible for us. And man, this is a clip here. As my boy Nigel said in the chat when we dropped all the pictures, this is a pack. It's a pack for real. So no, I mean, this is that. I mean, but obviously now I guess I gotta break down my hat.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put you back on the big screen again.
Well, I'll let you ask the questions, Ben. I'll let you interview me.
No, I was gonna say, so you had mentioned 2 years ago this was kind of the first process, and I mean, as far as the beginning of the process for the design for you.
Yeah.
So when was it? Like, what was the day like when you just kind of woke up and you just knew? I mean, just looking at that beautiful jacket, that it's just like I got to build a hat around this.
So the crazy thing about it, and yes, High TTV, this is a China. All the hats High TTV are China's. None of them are Laos, Bangladesh. All of them are China's. All black guts, ironically, and all China's. Yes, I was correct. Cool. So funny thing about this jacket was, shouts out to Versus ATL, my guy Leo down here. Leo always gets real like eclectic Atlanta pieces, and I saw this on his Instagram once. I was like, yo, I need that because it just was cool. And at the time, this was around the time of Big Stripes pack. So a lot of people probably don't remember Big Stripes. It wasn't a big deal. But I got assigned to the pack as an ambassador. And I was like, and I put this together with it. And I was just like, for my hat, I want to do something that educates people on Atlanta. Like, I feel like Atlanta hats are really relegated to either black, red, or white. Deion Sanders, for no shade, at all. But I feel like Atlanta hats are sometimes limited. We don't really expand and look at what Atlanta is as a culture and as a city. So I took that on myself as a design process to say, I want my hat to teach someone about our city and what made me, So I looked at this jacket and I was just like, I realized that my dad, when I was younger, during the time of Freaknik, and we had a whole bunch of events going on down here in Atlanta, he actually used to go down to the Georgia Dome. He would sell t-shirts and license plates. And one of the first games that I ever went to as an ATLian was the Atlanta Falcons when they played in the Georgia Dome. Georgia Dome obviously no longer exists. But my first 2 games I went to was a Falcons game and a Braves game. Braves at Turner Field, Falcons at the Georgia Dome. So for me, I looked at this as like the Super Bowl 28, which happened in 1995. I was born in 93. So it's like this was the first time that the Georgia Dome had ever hosted a Super Bowl. So that's where the name Big Ring Braves comes from, because Super Bowl champions win a ring. So I felt like that was something that was really cool to talk about. Another undersung detail. Yes, I picked purple because it's in the jacket, but most people don't know. My mother's favorite color is purple. So in many ways, like I said, from a storytelling perspective, I really wanted to weave as much as myself and my city's history into this hat. The ombre yellow is a homage to a peach. If you ever look at a peach is the state fruit of Georgia. It kind of has a gradient color on it. So it goes from like that deep orange, like what you see on this jacket, which most people know oranges as, but it can also have lighter spots like this color here. So again, another way to teach people something about Atlanta. I did get this hat sanctioned by Frosty. I talked to him. I said, hey, I want to do an icy. I feel like it pays tribute to Hat Club and just the era that we were in, and how we've pioneered in the hat club space. I mean, or in the hat space as a whole. And he co-signed on it when he saw it. So I knew I was sanctioned, and, I did it the right way because I wanted to be courteous. And, I don't want to take from what someone else has pioneered. So I wanted to make sure I had permission before I did it. So I'm honored and thankful that, you know, Frosty gave me the opportunity to do that. You know, I respect him as a homie as well as a designer. I think what he means to the fitted community is super dope. So now going into the side patch, here we're kind of just matching colors off of the jacket. So you have the sea breeze here, which is kind of like almost spot on. Fun fact, I didn't see any of these fabric spools before I actually did this. So I was using the GCP to really match this.
Yeah.
Designers who know, they know. So I was surprised that this teal actually matched and popped as well as it did. So then you have that here. So the Braves, I loved metallic copper at the time. I think I saw like a whole bunch of hats that had copper. It's like, my hat's got to have copper in it, but I wanted it to have copper in strategic places. So the inaugural season, I felt like that was cool. I grew up in Stone Mountain. We used to get these little coins when you would like put a quarter into the machine, and it would give out like basically a penny colored coin that had embossed on it Stone Mountain. So the copper here in the side patch is reminiscent of that. The grates here are actually metallic silver. Most people that look at the Lombardi trophy can tell that it's a silver trophy. The O'Brien trophy for basketball is gold, but I think the Stanley Cup and the Lombardi trophy, I think, are the only two that are like essentially white gold or silver, trophies. So given that this happened in the Super Bowl, in the Georgia Dome, I felt like the silver metallic was a good nod to that. And again, goes back to the name of the Big Ring Braves. Again, most of the colors here I used, more of a seashell to kind of pop more of those brighter ombre yellows and teals and greens. And then obviously the metallic silver outline of the patch just to make it pop in the light. If you guys saw the video, you know that. Here, I was really torn. And shouts out to my boy John, because I must have sent him at least 3 or 4 different variations of this Batterman. And he was like, dude, your hat's doing so much, just you don't have to go crazy with it. Just keep it calm and keep it chill. And I just went with the 2 colors that I felt stand out on this hat, which is that sea breeze color and this purple. Purple ices, the Amsterdam, a lot of crowns that we've released. They're just different. I feel like anytime you've ever seen a purple ice, it's like, man, that crown's clean. So like when I put this together, it was just like, man, this is going to be a movie when it's put together. So, I know you didn't ask me this, Ben, but I feel it appropriate to tell people, like, when you're doing anything design wise, how you wait is just as important as, what you do while you're waiting.
Yep.
It's like, so that's no hyperbole. Like, this hat is 2 years old. This was from like when I first joined and jumped on with Hat Club as an ambassador, but I stayed professional. I stayed down. I did what I needed to do. And it was frustrating for me when folks would call me and be like, yo, when's your hat coming? And it's like, I don't know. And even more crazier fact was this hat was actually supposed to drop at Atlanta.
Oh, that's right.
But because of just timing and scheduling, it just never happened. So, but again, even you can ask Austin, I just was grateful, and I stayed in a grateful space to, just be able to still just think about this as this is an opportunity. And, celebrating my friends, other people, other hat designers, creators in the community. I felt like that was the best energy I could do, because now when it's my turn, I'm just floored and overwhelmed with how everybody supported me and really has embraced this hat. And it's like, because for me, this hat is more than just colors thrown on here. This is a piece of where I grew up. This is a piece of who I am and who my family is. And I'm just honored that everybody really rocks with it the way that they do. So this is the Big Ring Braves, my first crown ever. And I got to do it with the best company on the planet, Hat Club.
Ooh.
So
this isn't so much. Actually, what's funny was I had 2 other questions like in the tank, and then you literally answered both of them while you were going over your details, which is fine. Two things I definitely want to mention is the weight. I know exactly where you're coming from on that, just because of the fact that when I first had mentioned Big Ben's knockouts, didn't have a name. I didn't mention what the theme was, just because I didn't want anybody else to like, swoop in on it. Like I want to get this in production. I want to get it in hand. Then I'll start talking about it.
Yeah.
So, it was tough because I sat on the idea for like 6 or 7 months, just because I needed to perfect it. And then, it took Justin and me a week just to get all the colors right, etc. And so, that. But the bigger thing I want to pay you a compliment on is because you were talking about you know, the history of Atlanta and how much it means to you.
Hmm.
And what I go back to is, you know, my first actual experience in Atlanta was when we did the event at Good Times, and you taking the time out of your day, uh, pick me up, and you actually took me on a tour of certain pockets, met a lot of your friends, met Leo, and I'll cherish that just because you are somebody who, and when I say prideful, I don't mean it in negative context because I know pride is one of the seven deadly sins, but it's just like, no,
Right.
you are passionate about your city,
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous, and because yeah, like you went to Georgia Tech, which I didn't realize was like, I knew it's in Atlanta, but it's like I didn't
Yep.
realize it was like in Atlanta, like it's
Yep.
really in the thick of the city.
Yeah.
And once again, you could just drive through there, and it reminded me a lot of when we went to Baton Rouge, when I went
Yeah.
to school at Oregon, because it's just, you know, college campus in the middle of the city, and it's just like there's nothing better than looking at that. And
No,
so
I mean,
I
late night runs.
I can't praise you enough for that.
Yeah, man, late night runs to the varsity, like I mean, being here and like again, like Atlanta was home for me when I was in college. But I mean, really, if you want to get specific, I grew up in Zone 6 East Atlanta. So for those who know, they know. So for me, like Moreland, hanging out over there, flat shows, like that whole area for me, like Atlanta to me is more than just a place. And I feel like as a native, I felt like if I was gonna make this my first crown, I needed to do it right because it's just like it's just important to me. And all the things I've gone through, my mom, battling cancer twice and coming out on the other side of it on top, and doing this and having to wait as long as I did for the crown to actually come in, and but still keep a good attitude, be happy for my friends and be happy for everybody. It's like you got to have some sort of faith. In Atlanta, we always say like, we all celebrities here. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all believe in ourselves to a certain extent and in a degree. So it's like, so for me, like to see this hat in hand, to bend this hat up before the show tonight, and then know I have an opportunity to talk about it is just, this is a moment I'll cherish forever. And I don't think it. I think when these drop on the 18th, I'm really just gonna be excited to just see everybody cop it, be excited. Um, it's a once in a lifetime experience, and I feel like now I really feel like this is mine. Like I made this, and this is super dope. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that, and
It's
I
like
love that. I
so.
love that for you, especially, man.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, guys, and I don't want to not again show love to my ambassador family. So all of these will drop. Excuse me. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 hats in the actual ambassador pack. 5 of these will drop online. So I will show you the 5 that will release online. These 5. So my hat, Brim Fiends, Kello's, Nigel's, and Sean's. Ours will release online. John actually hinted at it in the comments, and if you've been following his story, you also saw this will be a NoHo exclusive. So if you are not,
Yeah. I didn't want to, I didn't want to interrupt on that. That
yeah,
was something that was adjusted within like the last 24 hours. So
yeah,
our apologies on that for hyping it up for you guys. I know a couple
yeah,
people are going to kill me as a result of it. But that just to say, within the last 24 hours, that was like a
mhm,
decision that was made. So
yeah,
it will be
and
a
I'm
no.
super happy for him. Ironically enough, I'll let him tell why that weekend in particular is super big for him as far as like a monumental, and why this hat ties into that. But this will be in NoHo. Spoiler alert: I will be in New York on the 22nd.
Yeah, be mad at Just John on that one. Don't blame me. Don't
Yeah,
blame.
it's
Yeah.
like so like I said before, I'm gonna be there. It's a legendary moment, for my brother, and I definitely want to support him in every way possible that I can. So this will be a NoHo exclusive drop. If you got friends in the New York area, highly recommend that you tap in with them. This is one you don't want to miss. And let's just say that there's siblings that possibly could show up in the, not too distant future. If you know,
Hey.
you know. So I think that at the end of the day, man, but I mean, again, big congrats to all the ambassadors. These hats are great. I know, not
I,
patting us on the back. We did a good job.
I gotta say, the ambassador pack from last month was a pretty high bar set, and the fact that June's uh equaled that, if not surpassed it like a little bit, but I don't know. I had the beholder on that one. I just got to pay compliments to all the designers on that one. Like that Astros hat and your hats especially, like just really just blow my mind.
Yeah, I think,
Um,
yeah, it's crazy.
I like the fact that all of our ambassadors, designers did not pigeonhole themselves into just strictly Major League Baseball. I like the additions of the minor league teams with the Rocket City Trash Pandas, obviously the Birmingham Barons, and so on. And so it's just like, yes, I love the flex of creativity by everybody, and I couldn't be happier for all you guys.
Yeah, and I feel like before we go, because somebody asked, can they see them all again? Sean's
Why not?
Why not? Good quad tone. Shouts to my guy Nigel. Rocket City Trash Pandas. Again, extremely dope crown. Good baddie. And then obviously gotta highlight that New Era logo as well.
Yes.
Kello, sneaky two-tone, Washington Nationals. Again, very solid crown. White New Era flag. Again, kind of going out from that tonal route. Gray UV, black guts. All of these are made in China, guys. None of them are made in Laos or Bangladesh or anywhere else. My sis, Brimfiend, Birmingham Barons. Another really good crown as well. Cilantro green UV, black guts. Batterman.
Augie was asking, raised baddies for the minor leagues. I'm pretty sure they're flat stitch, right?
Yes, all of these are flat stitch. Nobody has a raised Batterman in this pack. And then, yes, John. The answer to that question is yes, there will be. Summer 95 Indians for my brother, Just John. NoHo exclusive. So this will not be dropping online. Pink UV, black guts. You see the Batterman. Glowy white on the front, glowy white on the back. Listen, do right. And then last but certainly not least, Big Ring Braves. Purple tonal icy. Icy UV, black guts. You see it here. Bam and bam. So 5-pack coming online. 6th NoHo exclusive.
Dude, we I mean, we went a little bit longer than expected, which I ain't mad about.
Not at all.
You and I will talk about this more after we wrap up, but I gotta say, hands down, this is probably one of the best shows we've ever done.
Listen, man, I mean, I feel like from Millie to the brick by brick, I mean, I feel like we really showed our bandwidth, our ability to do different things and pioneer it. So, I mean, shouts out to the community again. Without y'all, we don't have anyone to cater to. So appreciate y'all for supporting all of us individually on our creative journeys as well as a whole. Big shouts out to our ambassador pack that dropped last month. Super great, awesome pack. And I can't wait to see how you guys receive this one too. And, thank you guys for hanging out for the show. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Always love seeing you guys. Always love chatting with you guys. And just as a reminder, in store through the end of the day on Sunday, all regular price fitteds are buy one, get one 40% off. I didn't mention this earlier, but any store that's got sale hats, because NoHo and LA typically don't, being flagship stores.
Yep.
All sale hats are 3 for $60 in store.
Sheesh. Listen,
yeah,
3 hats, $20 a piece. That sounds like a great deal to me, guys.
Not too shabby.
Y'all better run it up.
And then on top of which, store exclusives this Saturday for all 3 Arizona stores. Great Mall. I'm gonna be at Great Mall, so come say hi to me. Come see what we got store exclusive wise. Ontario, Rancho Cucamonga, and then of course LA and NoHo got some stuff dropping as well, and Roosevelt Field should have some stuff as well. So
listen, it's gonna be a great time.
Big weekend.
Yes, and good call out, Eric. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Doing well. Your families need you. They love you. They appreciate you. Continue being great. Continue making a difference in people's lives, both in your children's and others in your community's lives. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to ReCap. Till next time.
Peace, guys. See you next week.